So the next topic we're going to look at is algebraic long division. So just as a quick recap, we're going to look at how we do division with numbers. So if we think about how we would do a division with numbers, I'm going to start with a really easy example and say, what would happen if I wanted to do 378 divided by 12? And we've got two methods of doing this. Now, most of you will probably have used short division a lot. So you'd say 378 divided by 12, and you'd say 12 goes into the 37 part 3 times. 3 12s are 36, that's the remainder 1. 12 goes into 18 once, remainder 6. And that's called short division. But we could do this by long division. And long division is exactly the same method. Well, it's not exactly the same method, but it's the same process, but we show more of our method. So we'd say 12 goes into 37 3 times. And instead of doing in our head what the remainder is and working out that one, we just jot it down. So we say, well, I know that 3 times 12 is 36. And then I'm going to subtract those to get a remainder of 1. I'm going to bring down the 8 to leave me with 18. And then I say, well, 12 goes into 18 once. And I know that 1 times 12 is just 12. If I subtract those, I get a 6 as my remainder. And it's this second method, so this method over here, that we're going to use when we do long division. We want to divide some algebra because it's really hard. You can't really work out easily in your head what the remainders are. So we need to use this method and do the subtracting to get that remainder and then bring down the next term. So an example of one using algebra then. So if I want to look at an algebra one, let's start with a nice example. So for my first example, I'm just going to say, what would I get if I wanted to divide x cubed plus 2x squared minus 17x plus 6 by x minus 3. So thinking back to how we did it using the numbers, I'm going to do the same here, and I'm going to say, well, if I want to do this polynomial divided by x minus 3. So just like at the top, we said when we did it with numbers, we said how many times does 12 go into, and we did this 37. I'm going to look at this algebra one, and I'm going to say, well, if I do this using algebra, I'm going to say how many times does this x minus 3 go into this first term. But ideally, I'm just going to look at this term and the x. So how many times does x go into x cubed? Or what do I need to multiply x by to make that x cubed? And to get that x cubed, I need to times by x squared. And then when we did it using numbers, I said 12 goes into 37 3 times. And then I did the 3 times that 12 to get the 36. So in this one, I'm going to do x squared multiplied by that x minus 3. And if I do that, it's just like multiplying out brackets. I'm going to get x cubed minus 3x squared. And then to work out my remainder, I'm going to subtract those. So x cubed minus x cubed is nothing. 2x squared minus 3x squared is 2x squared plus 3x squared. That gives me 5x squared. I'm going to bring down the minus 17x, just like I did when I did it with numbers. I then brought down the next one. And then I'm going to do the same again. So this time I'm saying, well, I want to get this 5x squared, and I've got an x. So what do I need to multiply x by to get 5x squared? So x to get 5x squared, I'm multiplying by 5x. So positive 5x. So I'm going to put plus 5x at the top. Then I'm just saying, well, what happens if I do 5x times that bracket being this bit on the outside, so this bit times that 5x. 5x times x minus 3 is 5x squared minus 15x. And if I subtract to get my remainder, 5x squared minus 5x squared is nothing. Minus 17 minus 15. Minus 17 plus 15 is minus 2. And I'm going to bring down the plus 6 on the bottom. And then I just do the same process again. So I've got my x here. How many times, or what do I need to multiply that by to get minus 2x? And I need to times that by a minus 2. And if I then say, well, to work out my remainder, I need to do minus 2 times that bracket. And that would give me minus 2x. Minus 2 times minus 3 is plus 6. And if I subtract those from each other, I get a remainder of 0. So what we found, if we want to put it into some algebra, is we've discovered that if we do this subtraction division, and we divide by x minus 3, we've got an answer of x squared plus 5x minus 2. Or we could write that statement as x cubed plus 2x squared minus 17x plus 6 is equal to x minus 3 times x squared plus 5x minus 2. Okay, second example then. So for this example, it's slightly different. This time we're just going to find the remainder when 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 16x plus 10 is divided by x minus 4. So let's start that with our long division, or bus stop. So 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 16x plus 10, and I'm dividing by x minus 4. So first of all, I want to get this first term. So what do I need to multiply x by to get 2x cubed? So to get 2x cubed, I have to multiply by 2x squared. So if I do 2x squared multiplied by that bit outside, the bit I'm dividing by, x minus 4, I'm going to get 2x cubed minus 8x squared. If I subtract those to get my remainder, 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is nothing, minus 5x squared minus 8x squared, minus 5 plus 8 is 3x squared, and then I'm going to bring down the minus 16x. Okay, what do I now need to times by to get this? So I've got an x, I want to get 3x squared, so I need to times x by 3x. That's a positive 3x. I'm going to put that at the top. And then I'm saying, well, what is that 3x multiplied by x minus 4? So 3x times x minus 4 will be 3x squared minus 12x. And then I'm going to subtract to get my remainder. 3x squared minus 3x squared is nothing. Minus 16x minus 12x. So minus 16 plus 12 is minus 4. And then I'm going to bring down the plus 10. What do I now need to multiply by to get this bit? So I need to multiply by minus 4. So I'm going to put that minus 4 at the top. And then what is minus 4 times that bracket? So minus 4 times x is minus 4x. Minus 4 times minus 4 is plus 16. If I subtract those to get the remainder, minus 4x minus 4x is nothing. 10 minus 16 is minus 6. So for this division, the remainder, which is all it's asking us for, the remainder is -6. Once you're happy with that, I am going to put up a sheet of questions for you to have a go at and some answers. I'm pretty sure that for all of the questions there is no remainder, so you shouldn't get any remainder. This bottom bit should be 0. If it's not, you've probably gone wrong somewhere.